Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another video. Well, actually the same video done twice. So yesterday for day 10 of day whatever it's called, 12 days of Christmas, honey, I got to think about it. For day 10 I used the infamous Coco black curling custard. You know, the little black jelly that some of y'all said looked like venom and whatever. But here's the thing, unlike a lot of content creators, I read and pay attention to my comments. Y'all know that stuff flaked up on me, had me looking like, as Denise would say, aspen on my shoulders, just flakes everywhere. And so some of y'all tested my gangster and said, Faye, are you sure it ain't the leave-in that caused that, or did you use too much? Basically, y'all thought it was my fault that that mess flaked up on me. Anyway, some people really did wonder, was it the leave-in that caused my hair to flake? Because on camera, for some reason, the flakes look white to y'all, but to my naked eye, they were great. And here's the thing, I ain't above saying that I may have did something wrong. I ain't above saying it could have been a leave-in. I could have did too much. It could have been me, but it could have also been that formula. And so, just like in the past, like for example, with Allocate Naturals and their lemongrass leave-in, I absolutely hated it. I changed up my technique. I ended up loving it. Could happen with this particular video too. So we gonna try the formula again. This time I ain't using no leave-in at all. So if it flake up, it ain't my fault. Now, mother always wants to be fair. So I contacted the company. I was like, listen, I did the review of this. I actually liked it, but it flaked up on me. I just wanted to let you know, is there any best practices? Whoop-de-whoop. What's going on? And they responded, and I appreciate that. This is what Coco Black Naturals had to say. They said, hi ma'am, greetings from Ghana. We've got some few complaints about the flakes and we are working on eliminating it. Boom. So I replied to them, thank you. I'm going to refilm this, and this time when I use it, I'll just put a little bit of oil on top of damp hair, and then I'll put the custard on top. And they said good. So with that being said, number one, let the record show that I am fair. Number two, let the record show this company know this stuff flakes up and they working on it. So with that being said, let me go off camera and we're gonna get this video started, and we're gonna see once and for all, was it me or was it them? Let's go. All right, let's get the show started. So I shampooed with the Main Choice Minty Guava shampoo. I deep conditioned with Shea Moisture's purple rice water. I don't know what I was about to call it. It was about to be something, but that's what I use. And I ain't add any leave-in. I just detangle and separate it, and it's gonna dry it out. So what I'm going to do is add small amounts of this oil and then top it off with the custard just like last time. Now let me tell you something that I found out in the comments of the initial video. I'm not familiar with lanolin oil at all. Never used it before. I had no idea that this came from sheep. Now, I'm not a vegan by far, but I kind of tend to lean more towards vegan beauty products. So this I really don't want to use, but for the sake of the video, I will go ahead and apply it. But this will be my last time using it, honey. So I'm going to take a little bit of the oil, put it on each section, right? Just like that. Put it on this section. And I'm trying to keep Samantha in place because I want to make sure my hair stays damp and I don't want it to get dried out while I'm doing my hair. So wherever the product is not applied, we just gonna leave this little Ray J situation going on right here. It's just gonna be shifting all over the place. But anyway, about this much. Rub it together. It is still gummy. Okay. I'm gonna put this all over here, right? Making sure I get the roots, all that. Yes. It definitely still has a lot of slip, and it feels very, very softening. Now, of course, this is gonna look a mess because I didn't really like separate it in small sections to define. So let's do that now. So I'm gonna take just a little bit more of the custard, but not too much because I don't want to over apply. So I'm gonna take about this much, rub it together. This is what it looks like in my hands. And I'm gonna put this on the section. I wanna make sure I get my roots. Rub it in here to evenly distribute and start raking, right? It looks good. It definitely does. But I feel like because of the oil, it's shifting the product around, so it's not really gripping my hair like I wanted to. So the next section, I'm not gonna use any oil at all, honey. We're just gonna play with this thing and see what combination works best, okay? So I'm just going to kind of shingle a little bit to see if that helps it to have a little more definition. Like, it looks good. Like, I can't even front. It looks good. Oh yes, honey. Y'all seen it. Y'all seen it. But I noticed that my roots are puffy, and I think it's because of the oil. So let me finish this patch of hair off camera, and then I'm gonna do the next side with no oil and see what that turned out like. Hold please. Welcome back. So this side has been completely set, and it does have the oil. This has no product on it at all. So I'm gonna just run this comb through it one more time. There is no oil on it, so I'm gonna take about this much product, right? Rub it together in my hands. And I wiped my hands off just to make sure it was no oil or whatever. So I'm gonna put this on this section. I'm gonna work that through with my fingers, honey. Child, I'm trying to see if I can make this little thing work. And then rubbing it on again, I definitely feel the slip. And the slip is incredible. And it feels very moisturizing in my hand too. I mean, I could work with it. It definitely still has frizz though. I can look in it and see some of the strands are defined. Some of them are not. So let me break this into an even smaller section, honey. And I'm trying not to over apply because I don't want to have flakes again. So I'm gonna take this much, rub together, put it on here. Child, this is stressful, honey. I feel like this is TPH all over again, trying to see, is it the product or is it me? Is it me or the technique? Whatever. It look good. It look good. Can I say I like it more than wet line? No. I definitely can't, but I feel like it looks good. So let me apply some more. I'm gonna apply this much product, apply it and work it in. I still see frizz. Like, not all of the strands got covered, but I'm so nervous about over applying because I don't want it to get crunchy and hard and flaky and curling on. Oh baby, y'all, bam. But it does look good. I can't even stomach. Look at it. Okay, my hair is set. So this is what we're gonna do. I am going to get under the hooded dryer. I'm gonna let this sit for about 20 minutes and then I'm gonna get under the hooded dryer, let it dry all the way, and I'm gonna come show it to you before I do any form of manipulation. My thoughts so far still feel like it's extremely moisturizing. It got a lot of slip. I feel like it applies better without this oil. The only reason I used this the first time was because, like I said in the last video, on their Instagram, they said best practice was to spritz your hair with water, apply this oil, then they put their coconut leave-in on top, and then they put the custard on there. I feel like this is moisturizing enough that you don't need to do all of that, but that's just my personal experience. I like the application a lot more without the oil being involved. What I will say is, y'all know how when I do like this, it kind of slips around or whatever. I feel like I do that on my hair too. So it didn't really weigh down my hair a lot to prevent frizz. So I feel like instead of like my normal raking method, that it was best for me to shingle. But once I shingled, I absolutely loved it. And I just keep having to tell myself, child, this is a curling custard. It's not the same as a gel. It's not gonna behave like wet line. Think other custards, that's what this should be like, just a thicker version. So honey, I did enough rambling and talking this second video anyway. Let's just get to the point. I'm gonna dry my hair and I'll be back. And we're back. I went ahead and got my nails together because I know somebody was judging. Now let's get this hair together too. It is now officially dry and it actually has a cast on it. Like, it definitely has some crunch. It ain't super crunchy, but I can feel the crunch. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this lanolin oil, rub it together, and I'm gonna scrunch the crunch. And it's flaking. Right, I see a little stuff flying in the air, but listen, let's just see it on through. A little bit ain't gonna bother me as long as it gets itself together and it stopped it. But yeah, I definitely see a rain down of flakes. And we've reached the end of our saga. Let me give you my final results. Like, even when I clapped my hands just now, a flake just flew up. So yeah, my hair is flaky. So whether it's a leave-in on there or not, this formula may lead to flaking, but at the same time, number one, that's what happens with flaxseed and even possibly xanthan gum. Number two, the company acknowledges that they are aware of it and they are working on it, which I'm very glad to hear, because overall, I love the fact that you can get moisture from a holding product. Like, this is actually very moisturizing, so I did like that. My hair is not like super crunchy or anything like that. I made sure I didn't go too aggressive when I was applying it, so I didn't over apply. So my hair is very pliable. I was able to pick with no problem, but it does still have hold and a little bit of crunch. I would be able to get a few days out of this. I love the fact that my hair is very defined. I enjoyed that. The only thing that I can complain about this formula is the flakes. But if the company does reformulate, work that out, I would 100% reuse it. But for the simple fact that this product is $18 US, and then because it's coming from Ghana, the shipping is another $38. You add that together. Is that something you want to pay for something that is flaking right now? Me personally, that's not my no. But if they reformulate and work out the flaking situation, I will 100% support this because they do have a lot of potential. I just needed to stop flaking, honey. So I realized because of the darkness of my shirt, you couldn't really see what I was talking about. So I'm gonna just go ahead and just do like this a little bit. These curls kind of cute though. Now I'm gonna turn my lights down so they're not as intense so you can see what's on my shoulder right now. Cause honey, if you look around my shoulders, all over here, we got flakes. Now, my flakes are not as severe, so I do say if you do want to go ahead and try this, make sure you get their leave-in. I did this on top of no leave-in, and I know majority of my audience is not ever gonna do their hair without using a leave-in, but that's what I chose to do just to test this. But if you do require a leave-in, get theirs because hopefully it's formulated to work together with this particular product. This has been fun, y'all, but I'm tired of volunteering as tribute. So Mother getting ready to put in a protective style soon because Mother's tired. So with that being said, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Do you want to sit back? Let me go ahead and show it to you. Yes. All that. Yes. That too. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Me love you long time. I'm Maki Dada. And I will see you tomorrow for the last day of 12 Days to Christmas 2020 on my channel. Bye, honey. Mwah. Get out of here.